An MP, sir? You an MP?
I am.
You are an MP. What's the greatest moral issue facing the UK today?
Well, there's a question, isn't there?
It's a very important question, do you not think?
There are lots of things facing the UK today.
Okay, and can I ask, in June this year, there were two very important votes that happened. One was on the 17th and one was on the 20th. Do you know what they were?
You'll have to remind me.
Okay, so one of them was
welfare was one.
One of them was decriminalising abortion up till birth.
Yes.
Did you vote for that?
It wasn't decriminalising abortion up to birth.
What was it?
It was about the issue of decriminalisation, which I fully support.
Okay, and so are you aware that will mean that women who conduct abortions at home up until birth will no longer face criminal prosecution?
Well, yes.
So it is decriminalising abortion up to birth.
Look, this is a very difficult issue, and I realise people have strong opinions on it.
Well, this is,
and I fully. And it's always been a conscience issue, and I've been very open with people where I stand on it.
Okay.
And I fully understand people have different opinions, and they're perfectly entitled to those positions.
Okay, but would you say the war in Gaza is a conscience issue?
Well, international issues, I think, are different than conscience issues.
But the killing of two
abortion, the death penalty have always been conscious issues.
Okay.
For both main political parties, they've always been conscience issues, and I think that's the right thing to do.
But on the Friday of that week, did you vote in favour of euthanasia as well?
I voted in favour of giving people the choice which I actually changed my mind, because previously I voted against, but I changed my mind.
But why on earth did you start voting in favour of suicide?
It's not a case of voting in favour of suicide.
Of course it is.
It's not.
It's somebody who can't commit suicide normally, so doctors are going to help them commit suicide. That's what assisted dying is.
Yeah, but at the moment we have a system where people who have the money can go to Switzerland and choose to end their lives.
We should make that illegal too.
Well, how are you going to do that?
Well, you just say if somebody
stop people going to Switzerland, full stop.
Well, no. If somebody's clearly booked a ticket to Dignitas in which they're going to end their own life, it's not. Okay, let's roll it back a bit. Do you not think one of the roles as an elected member of parliament is to protect your citizens?
Yes.
Against.
But it is also protection can be giving people the choice
to kill themselves. Which is what you're saying.
Look, if they are it only will affect a very small number of people that have a. Oh well, if you believe that slippery slope stuff, that's entirely up to you, and that's your view, and you're entitled to.
Okay,
that
can I tell you why I believe slippery slope?
Right. Yes, you want to.
Okay, so if you read the 1967 abortion debate on Hansard, okay, they said this is going to be a very limited law just for those most extreme cases to prevent backstreet abortion. That's how it was argued. Right? Now in the UK, we've got 250,000 abortions. The abortion industry makes in around £101 million a year.
If you go to the way America is going, you'll have less abortions rather than more, and more women will die. Having backstreet abortions.
We've already got backstreet abortions because, not your fault, Conservatives brought in DIY abortion over lockdown. So women are having abortions at home as if it was the backstreet anyway. That's the current state of play. But you voted to make that legal up till birth, and so police wouldn't even investigate.
I would argue the slippery slope the other way, as you have in America, where women are forced to go full term with clearly. All the medical evidence show that is not a viable. That would not be a viable birth.
What are they being forced to do? They're being forced to carry a baby, not kill a baby intentionally. Why is that a bad thing?
Even if they've been raped or.
No, it depends on the state legislature.
Yeah, but some of them do now require them to do that.
Okay, well, final thing. Okay, I'm working on a petition which is going to hopefully introduce the UK's first heartbeat bill, which will protect babies in the womb in non-extreme circumstances. So it will allow for abortion in rape to save the life of the mother and for fatal fetal abnormality. Would you get behind it, Mark?
No, I would stay exactly what my position is at the moment.
But would you say your position is a pro-death position?
No, I'm not. I am prepared to listen, but you always have to have a line that you say, because look, medical science improves, which is a good thing, and the period that maybe a fetus may be viable longer. Generally, the problem with early term fetuses is that the lungs aren't developed fully enough, and the baby doesn't. Look, I have actually spent quite a bit of time in intensive care with my older son, and I saw babies that were born very pre-term and they didn't survive. And the doctors said that's because they can't survive because their lungs are not developed.
So there's a difference between a baby not surviving and intentionally killing a baby.
Well, it's not
What is it though?
Well,
what
it
is
depends.
abortion?
It depends on your. You obviously have a view that life begins from the instant, don't you? And that's your view, and you're perfectly entitled to that view. I don't share that view.
But what scientifically is the truth? It doesn't matter about your view or my view. What's the scientific truth? When does human life begin?
But you believe that. I don't.
When does human life begin? In your view?
I don't believe. Well, I think until the baby, which we have laws on about the period of time that is.
Yeah,
and up to that.
You removed some of them in June.
Well, up to that period, a woman can choose, and it's her body. It's not my right over her body. It's her body to decide what she does, and I think that's right in a fair society.
But is it her body, or are there two bodies involved?
Well, look, these are always going to be difficult issues and issues of conscience, and you have your view, which I would defend the right of you to have that view, but that is not where I think we are in this country.
Well, but the reason why we're not here in this country, I would argue, is because our politicians, and not just talking Labour, I'm talking Conservative and everyone else, has got no clarity on when life begins, and they seem to have abdicated their responsibility for babies.
That is your view, and you're totally entitled to that view. I just do not happen to agree with you, and I believe in the right of a woman to choose. And
up till birth.
We will have to disagree on that.
Okay, well listen, Mark, as you go up here, you will see a display showing what a late-term abortion looks like. And as you look at it, please can I get you to consider that is kind of what you're voting for?
I don't believe any woman goes through that procedure as if it's a really easy option.
I agree. I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
Isn't.
Yeah, I agree.
And people will choose to do that for a whole host of reasons.
Yeah.
And I think we should protect the woman. Ultimately, that should be the...
But you're protecting a woman's right to kill another human being.
Well, now, see, this is where I would disagree with you.
So what is it then? If it's not a human being, what is it, Mark?
Yeah, but it's not it is a fetus to some degree before it is born.
But fetus is a Latin word for little one.
Yeah,
you can't hide behind Latin.
I can understand.
I wouldn't call you a hom in French.
I don't agree with you, but I fully accept that people have a view that abortion is a terrible thing and it should be made illegal. I don't share that view.
But you're making it worse. So even if you're not sharing it, you're using your elected position to actually make more abortions and to remove safeguards for babies.
No, I'm not.
You absolutely have. What do you think is going to happen?
Look,
you know what men are like. You know men. Mark, how much do you know about men?
Well, I know as a man myself, I know a recent man.
Okay. Would you say men are inherently good, or do you think that men have a proclivity, under certain circumstances, to make women pregnant and pressure them to abort their child out of wedlock?
Look, you will always have cases of people doing all sorts of things, like you have cases of domestic abuse and you have cases of everything. Ultimately, it should be about protecting the woman and what is her choice up to the legal limits. That's what...
But nonsense. Ultimately, your job as a legislator is to protect citizens, all of them.
I've given you my view. I know you don't agree with it, but that's entirely up to you.
Mark, it's great to chat. Thank you. Have a good rest of the day.
Good to see you.
Bye. There you have it. MP Mark, surname beginning with a T, didn't quite get it, but interesting chat. Hello, madam.